Hey everybody, and welcome back to the pod. Happy New Year. Happy 2022, everyone.
I don't know when it's appropriate to stop saying Happy New Year. Is it when
you haven't seen
the person?
You
so
just
what
say
if you
Happy New
see
Year.
this person for the first time in like April?
No,
then you're gonna say Happy New Year?
No, that's a little bit excessive. So our favorite person got engaged. Machine Gun Kelly got engaged to Megan Fox today.
When?
I saw today that he proposed to her, and she put this weird ass caption, basically in the weirdest terms, saying that she was engaged, but like in the most scriptic like way, and then at
In the most what way?
in the most like just weird like way. Sorry, my hair is fucking busy.
I kind of want to look at this post.
And then at the bottom of the caption, she goes, and then we drank each other's blood, and people were like, we can't tell if you're joking or not because it seems like some shit that you guys would do.
She's a little bit too much with this. Like, I'm a vampire. You know what I mean?
Go look.
Hold on. Oh, please stand by, people. I want to just go see.
My hair's pissed me the fuck off.
Pause. We're still here. Oh, in July of 2020, we sat under this banyan
Okay,
tree.
just skip all that and then go to the end.
Okay, she wrote some weird ass poem. And just as in every lifetime before this one, and as in every lifetime that will follow it, I said yes. And then we drank each other's blood.
Like, I'm not surprised that you guys did that. Okay, Sam. Like,
Okay,
really,
sorry. Next,
like she's fucking watching the whole video right now.
okay. So,
Wait, I have something to say.
new year, new me.
No, wait, I have
Just
something
kidding.
to say.
New year,
Can you
same me.
wait? I'm not done. So I saw on the radio something and I wanted to ask you. Let me see where it is now. Sorry, we're like
We're
very
not
scattered.
actually. Yeah, I'm trying to regroup. We haven't actually recorded a podcast in like 3 weeks, I think. And to be honest, I was looking through our episodes, and we haven't recorded a podcast without a guest, meaning like just me.
Okay,
and
hurry
Fran,
up before my phone dies.
before just me and Fran ranting since early November.
Okay.
So
94 in a survey, 94% of people considered the human race to be morally good. Most people said they consider themselves to be good people. 46% of people said they were a better human being than anyone they've ever known. Do you think you're a better human being than anyone you've ever known?
No.
Like, would you say you have better morale in general than your friends and family that you've known? Would you say out of your friends and family, do you think you're the best? Like, do you think you're a better human being than your friends and family?
Most.
Would you say you're the best so that you've like the better human being than most of your friends and family? Like, when you say better human being, we're talking about like your morale, like just who you are as a person. But like, compared to you and your friends, and you saw a homeless man, would you, out of your friends, be the one to give that homeless man money? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
I know that I do have friends that would also give him money and that would do something similar to me. So I don't really understand that question.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Well, that said, are you I know people for sure that are better than me. Like, there's so many people I know, not necessarily like close friends of mine, but there are people I know that I know like
Are a better human being than you?
Yeah. Like, I know, and because those are the people that are better human beings, that the people who are better human beings than you should be your like mentors and like people you look up to. I definitely know that there's people like that.
Do you think you're a better human being than me?
Yes. 100p in certain ways.
How?
I just think that I care way more about other people's feelings, which can be a downfall because sometimes I care way too much and then I just get carried away and don't actually think about in the moment. But I definitely think, you're a little bit toxic. Like,
how am I toxic?
You're just like, do you see? This moment is documented. She is starting it.
I'm not starting an argument. I asked you a simple question. Do you think you're a better human being? I'm listening to. I'm not arguing. You're arguing with yourself right now. I'm listening.
No, because I already know you're gonna say some shit.
No, I'm not. I'm just listening to what you're saying.
I don't think I'm necessarily a better human being. I just think I care about others' feelings more.
Okay. Not going to say anything on that.
Do you see what I mean? So it's
I'm just saying, okay, that's your opinion. Okay, I just want to know your opinion. I'm not going to argue
so
it
what's
on
your
you.
opinion?
I think I'm a better human being than you.
For what reason?
Because I think I care more about people's feelings.
Really?
I do. Think so. And I care about animals and like just that kind of shit.
I do care about animals.
Oh,
In
Sam's-
fact, I have a farm shift coming up this Saturday.
Sam copied me and started volunteering at the dog shelter, but I'm not mad at it, obviously, because like the more help, the better. But
okay, let me give you a little bit of a backstory.
She volunteered doing horses. Can
I tell my story?
She thought that doing horses meant like riding the horses and like petting them.
No.
I said, I don't think you understand. All you're doing is shoveling shit the whole time. And I could not picture Sam shoveling shit.
Listen, so I just feel like for 2 reasons I'm doing this. First of all, let me fix my mic. One sec. Everyone stand by. Okay. First of all, like I think that ever since we got Kiki, I've definitely been way more not attracted, but more kind of inclined to like be happy because I'm around animals. Before it was more very, very much like I'm just scared in front of all animals because blah, blah, blah. I got bit by a dog when I was younger. Okay. And that experience, have I told that on this podcast yet?
I don't know.
So when I was younger, when I was like 4, I got bit by a dog in the neck. And it was like, I don't remember it, but obviously that's like a traumatic experience, like innately, like you grow up with it. My dad literally saved my life. Otherwise I probably would have died. I don't really know. But anyways, ever since then, I've been so super scared of dogs. Like I was scared of a butterfly when I was younger. Like I was just scared of animals. Like it was just obviously traumatic. So, even like as I was older, but ever since we got Kiki, I've been a little bit better just because I've been around this animal, and she's a small dog, but still. And then my dad got his dog. He got Frankie, and Frankie is a mix of a bunch of different things, but a big dog. Like he's going to be a big dog. And I have never felt so like connected to a dog and so comfortable around
Frankie's
a dog.
like a human though.
He's like a human.
He's a baby.
And he's just like so nice and sweet, and he likes me, and he doesn't bite nothing. First of all, Kiki bites me. But anyways, obviously he doesn't hurt, so I'm not scared. But anyways, so these 2 dogs are in my life. My nunno has a dog. Like it just like all these really close people in my life have a dog. Like Roman used to have a dog, like, and I was close with his dog too. So over the last couple years, I've just been a little bit more open to the idea of animals. Long story short, Fran started volunteering at Dog Tales, and she started showing me all these dogs, and they were really cute, and the stories were really sad. So I was like, I don't want to volunteer there because I don't want to be sad. I really don't want to be sad.
It's kind of selfish if you think about it.
Yeah, I know it is selfish, but I really do want to be sad. But then I'm like, you know what? Like, it's doing like really good for them, and they're going to be happy to see you. And I'm sure I don't need to read all the stories about why they came there. I can just know that I'm helping them. That was number 1 reason why I was thinking about joining. Number 2, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Yellowstone, but it's very, very good. And it's all about cowboys, and like, not really all about cowboys, but they ride horses and shit. And I don't know, they just kind of romanticize barn work. And I was like, you know what, this Dog Tales place, I can walk some dogs. And they also have farm work shifts where you can be around horses and like shovel their shit and like feed them and stuff. And just, I can just be in my own head in this like nature-esque setting around horses. And I'm down for that. Like one of my goals for this year was to do stuff on my own that makes me like happy, not look for it outside. You know what I mean? Like not look for a situation to make me happy, but like put myself in those situations because they make me happy.
I can honestly say, what?
Therefore, I have my first shift on Saturday, so I'll let you guys know how it goes.
I can honestly say too, like, if you love animals and like you want to volunteer, or like, I know I've posted some things on the Keeping It Cento too, or you want to foster something, like DM me, because I could talk about this shit for like fucking hours and hours and hours on end. And it's honestly like just so serene being there. It feels like it's not even real. Maybe because I love animals and dogs so much, but it just feels like I go there looking like a fucking toe, like a toenail. Like I don't give a shit. And it's because who's judging you? The fucking dog? Like no one cares. You know what I mean? Like it's just pure energy and like love from these dogs. So highly recommend you check out Dog Tales.
Cool. So I'll let you guys know how that goes in my first shift.
Oh, itchy everywhere.
I have one random thought before we go into the theme of this episode. And it's read receipts.
What? Oh.
Okay.
I fucking hate read receipts.
Yeah. Honestly, if you don't turn on your read receipts, like you're sketchy. Like you're just so
not
sus.
sketchy, dude.
Yeah, it's just
no,
so
it's not.
sus.
I don't want people to know when I've read their fucking
Why?
message, because none of your business when I read your fucking message. And then it's like I'm obligated to answer because I read it at that time.
But no, because
Yeah.
no, because if I would rather somebody R-bomb me and like I can see that they R-bomb me and then they answer me later. Obviously they read it, you know, they can just answer me whenever they want. You gotta stop touching that because like you're making
I have like really bad like
you need to have like
fidgeties right now.
Anyways, I'd rather someone leave me on read and like I see that they got back to it later than like me not even know if they read my message and then they get back to me the next day. Like you're hiding behind the D-bomb.
Okay, that's not.
You're hiding behind it.
Not necessarily. Sometimes I'm
Hold
busy
yourself
and I will just
yeah, but you can still be busy and have your read receipts on.
No, I don't want people to know when I fucking read it.
No,
what if you click it by accident? It's like read 1 second later.
But that's your problem. Like, you don't need to answer just because you read it.
I don't think I like that.
No, because then it's like, okay, that gives you the excuse to just like sit there, read it, and then like just wait until after to answer.
So what? You can answer whenever you fucking want to answer. I can debomb you and I can airbomb you whenever the fuck I want. When I have time to answer you, I will answer your message.
Okay, but that's not what
I don't have to answer it right away when I debomb. Like, and I hardly debomb people. I will only debomb someone when it's like LOL. I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
Friend,
LOL.
You always debomb people.
I don't debomb people. If I'm talking to somebody, I won't debomb them in a conversation. I'll always continue the convo unless like it's time to end that conversation. It's like there's nothing else to say. My friends, I'll debomb because like they're my friends. Like sometimes you have nothing else to say to the conversation, but like I'll never purposely not answer. Like, I
just hate when people don't have read receipts on. Honestly, I'm just like, really? Like, I want to know that you read the message. Anyways, that was my random thought. Today I wanted to talk about, I know a lot of like episodes going into the new year talk about
New Year, New Me.
New Year, New Me, resolutions, goals, etc. And I was just thinking, like, we all make vision boards, right? But do we talk about what are on our vision boards? Like, do we actually sit down and talk to ourselves about the goals? Because yeah, you can slap a few pictures on a piece of paper and then put it in front of you and say, this is my vision board. I see it every day, blah, blah, blah. But unless you're actually like really thoughtfully going through that and like talking about what those things mean to you, you aren't really going to bring any of them to fruition, right? Because you're not speaking them out into existence and like actually setting goals of how to achieve them. I think that this is how I like go into it. Okay. And I wrote it down and I hope it's okay that I say this, but somebody that I was talking to this past week kind of like, made this analogy, Orkin Official.
Oh, shut out.
He made this analogy because like we connected and we were just talking about a bunch of stuff. And he said something about like,
a bit cold in here.
He said something about like planting a seed, right? You plant a seed and then you water it and then you watch it grow. And so that was his analogy for like goals, right? So I think that was some of the best advice I've gotten for going into 2022 and looking at my goals and looking at what's on the vision board. And this is how I personally frame that analogy and how I suggest other people look at it. So you plant the seed, right? Let's say that seed is you want to, I don't know, what's an example of a goal?
You want to start working out every day, or you have a fitness goal.
Yeah. Okay. You plant the seed of, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to get this fitness goal, whatever time frame. I don't suggest you give yourself a time frame because if you say in a year, you're limiting yourself to having that happen in a year. You need to really stop.
Sorry.
Having that happen within the year. But it can happen sooner. So why limit yourself? Anyway, so you plant the seed. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. Then you water the plant. Watering the plant represents you working towards that goal, doing little things each day or just like in general working towards that goal and actually putting in the work, not just expecting it to come to you. And then the watching it grow aspect of it is waiting for that good karma, waiting for the universe to actually give you the opportunity to reach that goal and help it come to you. Because if you overwater the plant, right, the plant's going to die. If you overwater your goal, meaning that like you're acting out of desperation, you're so desperate and that's all you're thinking about and you're like oversaturating that goal, then it's never going to come to you. You know what I mean?
Also
like,
the opposite. I think people
if you don't
believe in vision boards because it's like, well, I put $1 billion up there, but I didn't fucking get it by 2023. Well, no fucking, no shit.
Yeah.
You can't just put $1 billion on your vision board and be like, yeah, I'm getting $1 billion. Like, no, like, obviously $1 million doesn't come in a year unless, I don't know, you win the lottery or something, like good for you. But like it takes time to get that money, or it takes time to get your dream body, or it takes time to whatever, learn how to fucking cook or something. Yeah. Like you can't expect it to happen right away. And that was my thing last year is where I made a vision board for the first time. And like I put some really unrealistic shit on there that like I knew in the back of my mind, like it was not attainable for a year. Like, I put like buy a Jeep Wrangler. Like, why did I put that? Like, my circumstances do not allow me in the year to buy a Jeep Wrangler. Like, that's definitely a goal in the next 2, 3, 4 years. But like 2 years ago, like that wasn't really attainable. And then I was taking down my vision board. I'm like, half this shit didn't come true. Well, because like it's not Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like unrealistic, and I wasn't working towards them. I just put a freaking Jeep Wrangler on there. I'm like, I'm gonna get it, but like realistically, things don't just fall into your lap. You have to work for it. As much as manifestation works, like you have to also, trust yourself to work for those goals. You can't just like magically it falls into your lap.
I think you get what you give, and you can't overwater the plant, but you also can't not water the plant. Otherwise, in both cases, it's going to die. So what I was trying to say with that is that's the best advice that I got going into 2022, and that's how I looked at all my goals. And like also, like to what Fran said, like I don't think going into a new year, first of all, you don't need to make a vision board just in January. I made a vision board, except it was more words, in like July of this year, like, and then I made another one like right now, like for the new year. And I don't think that it necessarily needs to be like a bunch of new shit, you know what I mean? Because I personally think that that's unrealistic. I think that your goals or your resolutions or whatever you want to call them, because some people are like not calling them resolutions anymore, because I don't know.
I don't know if
it's
not aesthetic anymore.
I don't fucking know. Whatever
it's not the N word.
Whatever they are to you, I think it should be kind of like deriving off of what you're already working towards. And I kind of like disagree with that Jeep Wrangler comment you meant. Like maybe right now you don't have how much ever a Jeep Wrangler costs, like right now in this moment. And like you think like I can't get that in a year. But remember what I said about giving that time frame? Like But
that's what I'm saying, though. That's why I'm saying it's unrealistic for you.
No, but that's not what I mean. I mean, like, you might not actually get that car that you desire in the form of a Jeep Wrangler, but, like, if you act and work like somebody who is going to get that car, then you're going to see the universe bring you signs of actually being able to get that. Maybe you go on vacation and you rent a car and it's a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm saying in my head, I put a Jeep Wrangler on there. I'm like, I'm getting this car. Like, I'm physically getting this car.
But what I mean is you have to change your mindset towards, like, what you're putting on your vision board.
But renting out a Jeep Wrangler on vacation is not me having a Jeep Wrangler for my own self. That's not what I wanted.
But you're not seeing what I'm saying. I'm saying
no. I get what you're saying now. I'm just saying me in that mindset a year ago. That's not how I envisioned it. I'm like, I want that Jeep Wrangler in my hands by 2022. Like, it's not going to really happen. Like, you have to be realistic.
Like, I agree, but I disagree. Like, you can't like put things on there and be like, I want this by this date. Like, maybe it'll happen, but like it most likely won't. But I also don't think that you should limit yourself. Be like, no, I'm not going to put my dream car on my vision board because I'm realistically not going to get it this year. Like, you might. If you work and like act like the person that you want to be or the person you're working towards, you'll be surprised about what's going to come into your life. So that's that. And with that being said, I wanted to kind of like do two little like activities. First of all,
fun.
Let's talk about like a couple of things that are on our vision boards. Some people might not really give a fuck, but I mean, like, I think it would just be fun to just like pick out like 2 pictures or something and just talk about what they mean. Like, and I think that everyone should do this with themselves. Like, if you made a vision board or something of the sorts, like,
I don't have pictures on mine. I have mine's words this year.
Okay, so what are some things that you're working towards?
Oh, my Canva.
Fran's very unprepared.
My phone's gonna fucking die too. Okay, well, I have it on top of my head. Basically, what I did was I had 4 quadrants. So it was like mind, body, goals. Just died. Mind, body, goals, and like I think soul. See, but my goals are like, I feel like they're stupid. But I'm not gonna say they're stupid because no goal is stupid. But like, okay, one goal of mine would be by like summer. Maybe what?
Do you see like how you're giving yourself a time
No,
frame?
but this is like meant to be done in summer. Like, I want to host like a fundraiser. I told you for.
Oh yeah.
Like it's kind of for the podcast. Like, I want the podcast to raise a fundraiser for homeless dogs. Like, I want to like raise a large amount of money for like a certain foundation and have like games and like just a whole fundraiser. That's like one of them. Another goal of mine would be to go to a third world country like Peru and help out dogs there, like rescue dogs there for like 3 weeks, like slowly just to go like kind of like eat, pray, love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going for like vacation. I'm going for like kind of like a soul journey. Like, that's something I'd really like to do. A smaller goal that I have on mine is to learn how to cook. That's a huge one for me because I cannot cook for shit. Like, I burn everything that I touch, literally, like in the kitchen. So that's another goal of mine. Do you want to know how I'm like trying to do it? Or?
Sure.
Okay. Recipes, basically. Like recipes on YouTube or just a small shit, like even just making a salad. Like I overcomplicate things. Like I can't make a salad because it can't look pretty like how it does on like other people, like girls, TikTok. Like no, just like making simple things, following recipes, and not eating takeout, like just shit like that. That's on some of mine. What's yours?
Before that, I just want to say I dirtied my top on the way here, so I'm sorry about that. That's
Can't even
quite
see
embarrassing. Yeah, you can. There's like a little stain. Ow. Yeah. Oh, a sports bra. Okay, so I'll just like. Did my phone really just fucking die?
Yeah, mine died too.
Awkward. Okay. So one of the pictures on mine is, so what I did this year was just like try and really connect with what made me like happy. And like, I think that if you're happy with what you're doing and you're not looking for happiness in situations and you're not waiting for things to happen to make you happy, then the outcome of every day, like you're going to find joy in every day. So I'm trying to look for more of the small things. One of the pictures on there is boxing. And I know that sounds weird and people are probably like, you don't box, but like that's just always been something that like I felt like I was good at. I've always took boxing classes here and there, but never really followed through with it. Never actually got myself a pair of gloves. So I got myself a pair of gloves. This actually started in December and I've been boxing ever since. I know it's only the second week of January, but like that is something I can tell. It's something small, but that I can incorporate into my life like on a weekly basis. And it's something that I really want to work towards. And it makes me feel good after I do. I just think of shit that pisses me the fuck off and I just punch it. And then like I feel better after. Like it actually makes me feel really good. Another thing on there is well, I already mentioned the horses thing. I don't know why. I've just been really liking horses. It could be the Yellowstone thing, but I've always said I wanted to go horseback riding, never did. So I'm like, you know what? Like, why am I saying that I want to do things and not actually getting to them? Let me put them on my vision board and actually actively work towards it. So that's why I have my first farm shift. I know I'm going to be shoveling shit like Fran said, but it's still working towards something. I'm still going to be around the presence of horses. Another thing on there, it's kind of similar to what Fran said, but I've been like toying with the idea of going on a retreat to Costa Rica. You basically go on this retreat for like 7 or 8 days and you basically just like meditate. You eat all the foods from the land. It's in a really nice resort and you just practice all the things that you do at home anyways, like the yoga, the meditation, but you don't have any other distractions and you don't have technology. So you're really like focused in and then you bring that home with you into your everyday life. So that's another thing on there because that's something that I really want to do this year. And yeah, there's a bunch of other shit that's a little bit more personal to me. So I'm not going to say it on here, but those are just some like little things. And I really dug deep this vision board. I didn't just go on Pinterest and just like paste a bunch of like designer clothes and fucking money bags on there. Like we all want designer clothes and money bags. Like I put shit on there that I've really been wanting to do that I you know what I mean? Like things that like, it's like, why have I never ridden a horse? Like I've always wanted to do that.
Like
why haven't
small things that matter too. Like it's the small things. I also want to say like, I feel like there's this pressure too. I think it's social media and it always has to do with social media or just like the pressure of like being that girl or like that new bitch, new year, new me kind of shit where like there's this pressure where the new year starts, you have to automatically be like, okay, new routine, I can't fuck up or else like I'm a failure or like I have to change something about my hair to like, you know what I mean? Like it's not, I saw this quote and it was like, you cannot just forget about like your old wounds or like the shit that you were worried about or scared about in the last year just because it's a new year. Like you have to nurture your old wounds in order to move forward. And I feel like a lot of people are just like, okay, I've seen so many TikToks where it's like, I'm entering into my villain era, like all my old wounds, like I don't care. Like, no, like that's not realistic. You're the same person regardless. It's literally like just another day. Like, okay, it's a new year, but it's just another day and you have to learn how to cope with the troubles and like the shit that you were going through in the last year and just learn how to nurture it better. You can't just wake up and be a new person. Like I remember the first day of New Year, it was the same routine and at night I was like beating myself up for, I'm like, fuck, I didn't journal, I didn't meditate, I didn't work out at the crack of dawn, I didn't like change my appearance, I wanted to dye my hair red. Like I've had a appointment booked on like January 2nd to dye my hair red. Ask me why. Because I wanted to change my look. But it's like, is that really important to me that I need to like change my look because it's a new year and dye my hair fucking red? Like, do I even like that? No. So I feel like there's just this weird like thing around just being different like as soon as New Year hits, but you just gotta learn like Am I making sense or am I rambling? Like,
no, that makes sense because I thought the same thing. Like, you don't need to go into the new year being different. You just got to go into the new year like being more of you, if that makes sense. Like, all the things that happen to you, bad and good, and all the trauma, and also all the trauma that happens to you, sometimes pushes you away from like your true self, and you get distracted from what you really want to achieve and what you really want to do. And also, I want to touch on how she said, like, you're still healing from your old wounds. Did you guys know, if you want to get really spiritual and really deep here, some people carry, like, the wounds from, like, 400 generations ago? I know it sounds really fucked up, but...
This is your witch.
Have you ever... Yeah, this is... Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this, but you can continue.
Okay, some people are going to... If you're, like, very religious, you're going to think that I am...
Bonnie Bennett from
Bonnie
Vampire
Bennett,
Diaries.
yeah. You're going to think I'm some witchy fucking witch right now.
From the Bennett bloodline.
But, okay, this is like such a ramble. But anyways, I just want to say this because she was saying healing from old trauma. Have you ever wondered why your fears are your fears? Like, why is my irrational fear not the exact same as your irrational fear?
What's your irrational fear? What's your biggest fucking fear?
My fear, I have two main fears.
Okay, I know yours. Plane
No, I
crashing.
have two main fears. One of them is a plane just fucking exploding and falling down in midair. Like, it's specific things about the plane. Maybe some other person has an irrational fear about a plane, but like it's different. Or like someone else's irrational fear is different. Another one of my irrational fears is dying of getting sick. Like. I don't even like to put this into existence, but like just being
like the C word.
Yeah, or like a disease, or like getting something that's like that you have to live with like long term.
Don't know mine. Mine's fucking weird. My biggest fear is being chased by a murderer in the house.
She's so fucking scared of that. The amount
like
of times
if
that
there's
she's
an
called me to
intruder in the
come
house or like a murderer like waiting for me, and then I have to like because I know I would not survive that shit. So like I would have to like like dodge the murderer and crap. That's my first biggest fear. Second biggest fear is drowning in a car in the water. Like you're like I had a dream about this the other night. Like submerged in the water, and you only have like 3 fucking minutes to like try to get out of the car or something. That's like my other biggest fear.
And like obviously those things, like when you say that
and
out
falling
loud,
off a roller coaster.
When you say those things out loud, obviously you're gonna be like, okay, anyone would be scared of that. But like when you think of those thoughts, are you genuinely terrified? Because when I think of the thoughts that I'm scared of, I genuinely get terrified.
The murder one, yeah.
And I could like, yeah, like she's actually
like
scared.
I will, if I hear a footstep in the house, like I call. I don't care who it is. I call. It could be my like friend from 3 years ago. I don't even care. Like I call anybody I can who will like be awake, and like I actually shit myself. Like it's.
Point is though, what I was trying to get at is that your fears and like your traumas, like they come from like past generations. Like my irrational fear isn't the exact same as someone else's irrational fear because like we come from different lines. So if you actually like go and dig deep into why your fears are your fears.
So you think like my ancestor was like murdered in the house?
I mean, not necessarily. But okay, there's you guys
like we're from the same bloodline.
This is spiraling.
But we're from the same bloodline.
So something else could have happened, and not your not our bloodline, like your soul line. Okay, this is getting too much.
I'm confused.
Anyways, look up something called the Akashic records. Okay, just look into that. You can. It's like a encyclopedia for your soul record. You can see the generations of your soul and what your soul has been through.
Okay.
Do you believe that your soul lives on? This is getting so fucked. I don't even know where we're going with this.
So deep right now.
Do you believe that your soul lives on?
I don't know.
I believe that when your physical body passes away, your soul like lives
I have
on.
said before by my spiritual healer that I've been a nun in my past life. Like I was a nun in the Venetian church. Like my soul was a nun. And maybe that's why I saw that old fucking lady on the side of my bed.
I'm sorry, it's not Nun like the scary movie.
No, I know. But I was a nun in my past life, and I'm trying to think like, am I
go into your
a nun in any way? Like, do I resemble a nun?
Go into your Akashic records.
But would you even type in like my soul, like Chennefonte soul?
No, no. It's a type of meditation where you're guided.
Oh, I don't like to see that. No. That's gonna scare the frick out of me.
I don't know where we were going with this, but point is, New Year doesn't necessarily need to mean a new you. You know what I mean? Like you can just continue from the last year, but actually create meaningful goals that help you actually work towards a better self.
What the fuck? We literally just talked about 5 million things in the span of 10 minutes.
Yeah. Last thing I wanted to do, unless you had anything else, is to describe 2022 in one word. Not so far, just like what you want it to be. Describe it in one word.
Abundant in every aspect. don't know why. I just wanted to be
Okay,
abundant.
so then that's not a good word. It needs to like really mean something.
Fearless.
That's good.
Fearless. I just want to enter everything I do with no fear, not like worrying about failure, but just worrying about nothing and like just entering it with a clear head and just going for my goals, being fearless.
And like, what's an example of how you're going to do that?
Just taking chances and risks.
Such as?
I don't know, applying for that job in like freaking PI, I don't know, like a different part of Canada, or going on that trip by myself and not being scared with, you know, my mom tripping in my ear saying like, no, you can't go by yourself. Like, no, like just doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's yours? Do you have my foot cracking?
Yeah, that's nasty. Mine, I think, would be impact. Like, I want everything I do to be impactful, even if it's like a little bit impactful. I want to be able to like impact someone else and be of service to other people. And I also want to be impacted by the things I do. I'm done just saying yes to doing things or like,
oh, that's a huge one. That's a huge one.
Because I want, like, I feel bad. Like, if it's not going to have a positive impact, it doesn't even need to be positive, but if it's not going to have,
if it's draining me of my energy, and if I'm like not passionate about doing what, I'm not going to say yes to things anymore that I do not really feel fulfill me.
I've learned that like your energy is really sacred, which is why I block Fran's number every time she pisses me off, because if we continue texting, it's literally going to drain me of energy for the day.
Spirals. Like, it won't stop until somebody like just blocks.
I block her
and it's
every
always
time.
her blocking, because I always just have more to say.
Yeah,
like, she'll
because
say
I don't
something,
wanna hear
but
it.
it's so I spit. It's so fucking annoying because she'll say something that pisses me off, and I go type it, and then it's like blocked. I'm like, fuck, I can't even say what like I wanted to say.
I did that this morning because I genuinely wanted to have a productive day at work, and I knew.
Yeah, but you wanted to have a productive day after you said some bullshit to me, and I can't respond back to you. So she said her say, she's like, fuck you, and then I couldn't even say like what I wanted to say. So like, that doesn't really make any sense.
She said it running out of the house, so I was like, okay. Either way, point is, I don't even know what the point of that. Well, I don't even know why I brought
Okay, I'm sorry. It's
up.
31 minutes. Let's wrap this up.
Okay, anyways, guys, welcome back to 2022. I'm very excited for where this podcast is going to go to as well. Like, my Akashic records showed me some things.
Her soul people were podcasters in their past life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing this.
No, what were podcasters, you think, in like the Victorian era?
There is no podcasters.
Like, what was the equivalent?
Those medieval time things where they're at the stand. You know what I'm talking about?
So you think like old soul versions of me and you were at the medieval times, like
like, you know, when one person has to die in the medieval like time thing.
So you think we were the announcers?
Oh, I would not be. No, I hate blood and I hate killing. I would not be that. I feel like I would be probably the people who like pick up the shit from the horse. Like, that would definitely be me.
Why?
Because I feel like that would just be me. That was me in my past life. I'd be like an animal shitter picker upper because I love animals. Like, I'd be that, like, yeah. I would.
No, you know what I think Fran was? I think Fran was some sort of like royal because of the way she is now. I think she was some sort of like royal.
But not a mean one.
No,
very
like,
humble.
No, like a very like timid royal that like had
who liked dogs.
That had to just like always be like perfect all the time. And you would like wave at people when you like walked out, and then like you would be like sad when you went into the castle.
And I had a double life.
No, yeah,
I had a double life, and I would go like into the forest with animals and shit, and like take off like the fucking royal stuff and just be like me.
Okay, no, this is a movie. Like real life. Like, I actually think you were royal.
Okay.
Because like you're very like now you're very like you know.
No, I think you were a seamstress. You were like Cinderella. You were like Cinderella with evil stepsisters, and you just wanted to like be your own person and make your own dresses and fashion, but like no one would let you until one day you met a prince, and that prince is Roman.
That's so fucking stupid.
Okay. Anyways, guys, it's getting late. We're just fucking blabbering. So, yeah, see you when we see you.